Doc Rampaggio here to give you my impressions on Batman vs. Superman. So, first off, this movie is not anywhere near as bad as some of the reviews and people online are making it out to be. It had its share of issues, but overall, I think it was a great movie. I think that it's a good way to jump off into the DC Expanded Universe, and Batman was awesome. But let's first talk about the problems with the movie. First off, the pacing was a little bit weird. It was very comic booky in that it kept jumping from different thing to different thing, and there was a lot of dream sequences and flashbacks. But I do think the movie could have been tightened up a little bit to make the story slightly more coherent for non-comics fans that might not be used to this kind of thing. But I don't think it was that bad. Second, Lex Luthor. Jesse Eisenberg did a pretty good job, but it just wasn't the Lex I want. I want like a smart, powerful, older Lex who's just doing his thing, and this was not that. As a sort of origin of the character in this new cinematic universe, I think it does work, and I think given a second chance with a bald Lex who is really pissed off, Jesse Eisenberg could knock it right out of the park, but as of right now, he was one of the weak points of the movie. The third thing, it was very dark. Very, very dark. And as a Superman movie, I don't think that works. But as a Batman movie, which is how I viewed this, I think it works totally fine, 100%. The darkness, I didn't mind, but I could see a lot of Supes fans really kind of being bummed out. But after Man of Steel, you really should be used to that. DC movies are dark and brooding now, and that's the way it is. So just accept it and move on, and everyone can have a good time and stop complaining about things. What else was bad about the movie? Really, that's about it. I can't think of anything super bad to say. The good parts were really good, though. I think Ben Affleck, as I always said, made an incredible Batman. I think it was the best Batman we've seen on film yet. I like that he was like swinging around and using gadgets. I mean, you always see the Batarangs, but you don't see them using them like he does in the comics. And I feel like this movie did a great job of that. I feel like Affleck nailed Batman's attitude. I loved that his voice wasn't just him talking gruff. There was actually like a mechanical thing in his suit that made the voice a little modulated. The Batcave was outstanding. Definitely my favorite movie Batcave we've seen yet. Jeremy Irons as Alfred was phenomenal. Just the kind of Alfred I want, smart and tough, but still worried, and the fact that he was like tinkering with the Batmobile and the suit the whole time, that's classic Alfred to me. I don't like an old man, frail old Alfred. I did not like Michael Caine's Alfred. He was way too lippy, and he just did not seem like Alfred to me. Irons, on the other hand, was classic Alfred. And the Batman was classic. All the Batman stuff was great. Wonder Woman was also very good. Surprisingly, I was not quite sure how Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot, however you say it, was going to do. But I think all the Diana Prince stuff was great. I think the brief Wonder Woman stuff we got was really good. All in all, I can't wait to see a Wonder Woman movie because I think she killed it on this. Her and Batman were definitely the best parts of this movie. What else was good? The cameos. I was worried before the movie came out that they were trying to stuff too many characters into this movie, so I was very curious as to how they were going to work these other characters in with cameos, and I think they did it very well. It was nice to see a flash of Cyborg and, for lack of a better term, flash of the Flash and the brief Aquaman thing. I'm still not quite 100% on board with Momoa as Aquaman the way he looks, but I'm willing to give it a chance, so that might be good. Circling back to the bad things, I just thought of something. The Batman-Superman fight was very good, and it was reminiscent of The Dark Knight Returns, which is my favorite Batman book, so I love that. But the way that turned from fight to them being friends was a little stupid. Just because Superman says Martha, Batman's going to drop his whole thing. I feel like that could have been written a little better to not seem so abrupt, but by that point in the movie, you are ready for them to stop fighting and team up to fight Doomsday, which was just awesome. even Doomsday, I'm surprised. At first, he didn't look great, but once he got those spikes and stuff coming out, I think he looked pretty much like classic Doomsday. All in all, I think the movie was very good. I think a lot of the complaints about it are a little off base, and from people who are expecting, I don't know, a more campy, kid-friendly Batman. I think this movie, as far as Batman stuff goes, far outweighs the entire Dark Knight trilogy. I'm going to be honest. I mean, The Dark Knight itself was a great movie, mostly due to Heath Ledger's Joker, but it never seemed like Batman to me. It was always a little bit too real, and it was a little bit too grounded. And this movie, I don't think had that. I think Batman was just the way he should be. I love the Frank Miller influence. I think if you're a Batman fan, you should go see this movie. I think if you're a Superman fan, you should go see the movie, but you might be a little let down that it's not the Superman you know and love. Me, I'm not a huge Superman guy, so it really didn't bother me. I think I would probably give this movie an 8 out of 10 if pushed. I'm definitely going to pick up the Blu-ray, and I'm actually now excited to see the DC Expanded Universe in film, which before I absolutely was not. Bring on the Batfleck solo film, bring on the Wonder Woman film. Doc Rampaggio, DKTV, we'll catch you next time.